Welcome to Beaver Valley, welcome to Georgian Bay. As a wine region, we're very new and we're still evolving. We only have 2 wineries up here and we have about 5 growers. And it's very exciting because we are sort of that much further north than Niagara. But we have some fundamental sort of, I suppose, connection with Niagara, and that is that we have an escarpment. And if you look around to you over on the left here, you'll see the back of Georgian Peaks, and then it comes right along this ridge. This is actually the Bruce Trail running right along the top there. And then it comes basically around through and across the valley and then up the other side. So if you look in the distance over there, you've got, again, the escarpment coming up the west side of Beaver Valley. So this little sort of almost enclosed area being protected by the escarpment, it also builds a relationship with the lake. So if you look right behind you now and look right through there, you can see Georgian Bay. And so the big lake there is very much what allows us with the escarpment to create this little microclimate. And it's the microclimate that allows us to carry fruit into the fall. That lake is lovely and warm, and it allows us to protect us from the frost. So if you'd been here just a week ago, these vineyards were actually beautifully green leaves. We had a real major frost last 2 nights ago and last night. But if you'd been here even into the end of October, our vineyards were still green and we hadn't had a frost, because the warm lake and the escarpment trap the air. And as the frost comes out of the hills in the evening, it goes out to the lake, and the lake's still warm, and the air flows back around and it gets warmed up, and we call that a thermal. And so we have this little microclimate that protects us in the fall and extends our growing season. In the spring, that lake is like ice cold. It's like melted ice. And that lake is so cold that this valley is colder than what it is further down inland. So the land heats up very quickly. And so somewhere from Ravenna, this little ridge here, just go south there, and already the buds are out this much. But we'll always get a frost at the end of May. And if your buds are out that far and you get a frost, you pretty well will lose your harvest. But in this little valley, it's still cold because the lake and the escarpment create this almost refrigerator, and the buds are like this big. And so if we get that frost, we don't get that damage. It's protected. So we get this late spring and we get this late fall. And that's what allows us to grow grapes up here. So that's the story.